Yo. Okay. This is the first time I've done video review, okay? The main thing I notice about your Wrecking Ball play is basically you don't set up and you don't find out enough information and then like decide to do something because it'll help your team. If that makes sense. You're kind of like, you have cooldowns and you kind of like, you're like, I'm gonna look for kills or at least distract them. But that, and then it's like question mark and then profit, sort of. Like the underpants gnomes in South Park. So the things that I'm gonna point out, I'm gonna like fast forward a lot. There's more like you could improve on. There's mechanics. I think your aim needs some improvement. I think you need to fight people a little closer. And weave melees like more often. But the main thing that I notice is you kind of go without looking at where your team is and where the enemy team is. And you pile drive kind of without kind of knowing what you're pile driving into. And it should get you killed a lot more in this than it does. But I'm going to just point out a few spots. I'm going to try and keep it short, okay?
Certainly.
So we're going to fast forward here. Well, say you got a Widow. You should be thinking, can I pile drive? And you got a Junk, two kind of poke heroes. So you should be thinking like, can I pile drive people or boot them into spots where my DPS can kill them? Right? And you get a Zen, so you should be looking for purples to shoot. So we go here. So right now we don't know what the other team's running, right? They're running an Ashe, who you should go on. You should always go on snipers and make their life hard. You don't have to kill them, but you need to deny them positioning and boop them a bunch so they can't hit their shots. And then there's also going to be an Ana here. Ana can sleep you. If there's other people around, the Orisa, the soldier, whatever, they could really screw you over. But instead, we're kind of like, I guess we hear the Ashe. And we're kind of just going for a pre-decided rollout, right? Here we go. It's an okay rollout. You mess up mechanically. Pile drive nothing. First, nothing pile drive, okay? We'll key count. I like that you're playing Ring Around the Rosie here. I like that you decided to go to point here. I think you play this the best of anything in the game that I've seen. Here, like, you're shooting Ashe too far away. If we go back just a sec. Look at it from her. He kind of go by. But she's threatened, so, you know, she moves back to point. She spends a lot of time trying to kill you, right? This is value. You haven't actually done that much damage. You got a lot of value here. Now watch as you just shoot her from this range. Look at her health. You do like almost no damage from that range, and look how easy you are to track her. There. If she didn't go for the dynamite, she probably would have done a lot more damage to you. But you do get her attention, so it's fine. You get the javelin out. Now, if we go back a little. Here's where I'm thinking, like, you need to, like, think about your cooldowns and cycles a little. Like, do I have all my cooldowns? Do I don't? Do I not? When am I going to go? When is it a good idea to go, right? We come here, we pressure point. We come up here. Ashe used to like her shotgun, her dynamite. Orisa used javelin. None of these guys, Ana maybe can sleep you, but they're all in such a bad spot here, right? So you think, okay, great. I have them in a bad spot. They're not on high ground. They're just on point. It's a shooting gallery. Look how it's surrounded by high ground, right? Your team gets on that. Your Widow gets a good shot, like a good good angle. You win the site. Easy, easy. But the thing is, like, if you check on your team, they are still, like, walking through choke. They're not even engaged. But you have, like, a lot of health. What you should be doing is, how can I keep them... What you should be asking yourself is, how can I keep them staying here? And I would be just hanging out here on this balcony and shoot them a little, like, come look at me, right? I think you kind of get out too early. And the problem with this is you're getting out towards your team. You see how your team's like over there? Right? Like, look at this Kiriko. Look at this Orisa. She loses track of you, instantly right on a Widow, right? You see how, like, you pulled her focus over there? You should be... And you're, like, full health. You don't need to run for the Mega right now. You should be setting up so that when your team is in a good spot, you can instantly pile drive, like, right about now, right? Pile drive, Junkrat, Widow, they can just, like, wail on these guys. They have, like, 3 good targets, right? We kind of go here to get 50 health, I guess. And now this pile drive, it's alright. It's suicidal, though. You do it blind. They actually have... Let's watch this in slow motion. They have all their cooldowns here. Now you get them out, and that's good. But watch, you get slept. Javelin. The Javelin saves you from the sleep. Spun. I think this is an alright engage, but it's like a sign of things to come, okay? I like that you go in Ana. I like that you go into Discord. We win this fight. It's fine. Here's where you start to do kind of nothing. So the soldier, you mess up this grapple, you should grapple on this blue thing. Use your grapple on these long grapples, like a kind of like pool shot, like billiards. You can use a grapple to guide you, and then you could bounce down this room. You should kill him here, you don't. I don't think. Actually feed him a bunch of ult charge. And now here is, I think, blind slam number 2. We're thinking we can maybe kill the soldier. Blind pile drive into nothing, right? Number 2. Stop the so here, you spend a lot of time chilling, like kind of on this side of the choke. At a range, your guns do no damage. You get no information. They don't have to look somewhere other than at your team, so they can pick your team, right? You want to be setting up so that you can prevent them from taking good spots. On this point here, I wish I could fly faster. I'm on console, sorry. On this point, good spots are like this high ground, very, very strong. This high ground is all right. It's an angle. And if someone wants to take it, they have to go uphill. This high ground can be really strong because it's got this cover. That high ground. Again, it's surrounded by high ground. As ball, your priority needs to be keeping people off high ground and taking it for yourself. Take all the space that they're not in because you can get to it. And they're really immobile now. They switch Mei, right? They have Orisa. They have a soldier who only plays the low ground. You should grapple like here or there. And you can swing around. And just be high ground here. It'll be roughly the same distance as before. And you can shoot them, get them to turn around. Okay? We'll just like fast forward a little. But look how you kind of just doing nothing here. As opposed to like get on a soldier and kill him eventually. Yeah. We don't mess that up this time and we get him. And also, if you notice, we'll watch this again. Watch. Watch this. You see it? Kiriko just used Suzu way late on the soldier, and she's challenging you, which she cannot kill you. It'll take her so long to kill you, either of these supports. You need, and you're like there, right? The rest of the team is looking main, right? No one's going to help her. You need to, at the bare minimum, force out the Swiss step. But like furthermore, the only place she can Swiss step, you just killed soldier, is straight into her team, right? So you should be... Like, I don't get why you back off here. You have 1,000,000 health. You should be forcing out her Swiss step. Grapple here. You have grapple, right? Almost. But you could by the time you force out the Swiss step. Force out a switch step. Grapple here. Knock all of them. That's called a scoop and boop. From behind. Pile drive. They're right in this window for your Zen, your Widow, your Junkrat to spam. Oh, I think your Junkrat's dead. You see what I mean? Like, wide open opportunity, and we're like, I don't know, passive here. I think you go on Mei here because you see the wall. But, like, do you see how now you're coming from in front of them? Like, when you went on that soldier and you had that Kiriko right in front of you, no one else was looking at you, right? You're splitting their focus. Here, they have nothing better to do than to look at you. And if you watch this, you also make a mistake of like, do you have your grapple yet? You grapple too soon. You need to get around a corner out of the slow. See how you don't get speed there? You need to like go around this corner out of Mei's slow if you want to do, and then you could grapple up here, go back high ground. Or go over here and do some mega right around this corner, which, by the way, you come here like a lot and can't find it. We'll just like note that later, right? And you go in a straight line. This Orisa, I think, turns away from you. But you see how this Mei, watch how, and if we go in slow-mo, do you see how you're just, she doesn't have to adjust her aim to shoot you. She just sucks. Right? If your aim was a little to the right, you're dead. If Orisa didn't turn around, you'd be way, way dead. Okay? You get away with a lot in this game. So here, we're in the back. I love that you're in the back. You see how no one's fucking killing you, even though, pardon my French, even though you're like, you're low health, you should die. Like, this is the power of balls. You can be behind them, you can be on high grounds that they can't access. It's actually a lot of the time more safe to be like in the space behind them. Because they're pushed up so far. You should be coming back, grabbing this mega before you wheel around. I don't really get this, because you go by people who can shoot you. If people are a little more aware, you should be dead. The Mei just sucks. We come here, and now you're... Like, and I don't get being guns here. You should die again here. You have less health. You have, like, the health of a tracer. But you're, like, much bigger. If she hit her shot here, which she doesn't... We're like, I guess, seeding Moira ult charge, but she's pretty close to ult. Okay. I need to shut up and kind of like let this speak for itself a little more. So, right, you need to set up like way, way more. We're kind of just like, this is a good pile drive. Unfortunate, she gets out and gets, but you got Suzu out, right? And it causes her to die. I would be thinking about a mine here with a Mei dead. And maybe do it, like... I know they're going to want to back off. They use their CZ, they use their Swiss Stout, their Mei's dead. Our spawn's right there. I'd be looking to maybe minefield here. But at the very least... clean up, which I think you do. Right? We go past the rest on the supports, that's great. I like that you hold this grapple. You should do more of that. Again, just close the distance on the soldier. You had more cooldowns you could use. So here, you're doing nothing, right? Set up. What can you do here that you can't do anywhere else on the map, right? You need to go somewhere you can see them. You have your minefield. You want to wait for an opportunity. The next fight is going to happen either as this thing's coming up to the end here, right? Or because you kind of staggered them, maybe they can take this. What you really don't want is them to take this and hold this chip. Let me get there. Hold that chip. You absolutely don't want that. You have mines. You can stop it. You need to go wait for them in a place where you can see like when the best time to use mines is. Come from behind, like we were talking about earlier. Boop them all. Minefield pile drive. Okay? So you could grapple on this building. Come here. You could probably wait like here and peek around the corner in third person. Hell, you could probably like go all the way here maybe. because sometimes people come out this door. But like, if we just watch this from here, let's see what happens. You're like main, right? You're over there. You try to, I guess, get up there. Oh, sorry. We'll just really quickly look at this. I think you're trying to wall jump here. I don't know. It's a hard wall jump. Corners make it easier. In some corners, I think maybe this one, you can aim directly at it and jump. And kind of, if you get it right, you can levitate up it. So that would have been the thing to do here. I think we're trying to wall jump. So, like, let's see what we can see if we're, like, over here instead. Right? You're kind of like main. They can see where you are, what to do about you. We see this. We see that, right? Now watch. You see that too. If I was up here, I know they're not gonna... I see the carts here. I see my guys are in good spots, right? I would absolutely... grapple like there. Come out here. Drop the minefield on the Mei. Right over where the point's gonna be. Clean up the people in there. I see Orisa too, right? Just look how much more you can see here. I see the soldier over there. I could go deal with him. I can minefield the Mei and go deal with soldier. Right? I had a lot of stuff. In this time, you've done nothing, right? I don't even know what you're doing. Right? And then you finally minefield. Like, remember, we saw that ice block a while ago, okay? Does that make sense? We'll fast forward a bit. I think you clean these guys up fine. Okay. Here, it's okay. You feed. You should die. I get fighting them in their spawn and make sure that the point's secured. A serious problem on this point is people spawn camping you because of this high ground here, and the way that your respawn comes out. So you really don't want to die in this transition, especially because they're like everyone on their team's up. Mm-hmm. And again, like I guess you're feeding Moira ult, but it causes you to like hold up. And here we're gonna see you go too early, right? Also, again, look, they have all their ults. They had all their ults. They didn't use them. They need to start using them at this point. It's like, look, your team, they're all like back there, right? You go in here. You see how your team is like, oh shit, ball's in. Amora goes in. She uses her fade to get in. The Junkrat uses one of his mines to get in. Right? And we're kind of like on the Moira, but we're not going to kill her. I like this. You need to do more of this. Using free pile drives. Right? So, like, here's the thing. You got the kill on the soldier, but your team, they use so much resources to try and bail you out. You used your resources. And then use their odds. Like, these guys are here because you're kind of, like, not having a very clean engage, and they can't get through the choke. Because you're kind of like trying to kill everyone at once, and you can't kill really anyone doing that. And furthermore, well, we'll get there. So you just like give up a lot of health. You use your shields again, even though you're out here. You can't go in for another 15 seconds. Well, now they try for the spawn camp. I like that you go to spawn here. So let's go. So now you should see they have a Bastion. You can't just hard engage into their whole team, but you do. So watch how you have like no. The information you have is Winston's not here, and he used Maywall, right? But watch how you just kind of go in. Now you see they have Bastion, right? And he's turret mode, and May's slowing you, and you're using grapple, which means you can't get Fireball because as long as she's shooting you, you shouldn't be able to get it. I think she sucks though, and the Bastion sucks. But you should be dead here. To be frank, right? You're walled from your team. You pile drive the Mei right in front of the Bastion. Like, do you see how much you feed? You get the Mei, but if we watch this fight again, right? Here we are. Everyone's 5. We just used ult. We just used Blizzard. You need to be either helping with this Winston, who's in and low, and walled off, or you need to set up in a place where you can decide when to go. Get your mines. You can totally poke from these high grounds and get mines, right, with your guns. Yep. They get the Winston, great. But you see how, like, you kind of just, like, roll into them, and you're like, oh, shit, that's bad. I would have rolled past them and been up here. There's, like, literally no one up here, right? There's no one over there either. Like, you take a bunch of damage you don't need to take, and now you can't go. And the thing is, so we watch this, and you go right in front of them, and you see how they're all looking at you? We mine, like, right nowish. They use Suzu, they use Fade, they use Ice Block, they use turret mode. You could probably charge your mines from back here, pile drive and get the rest. You mine right now. See how they all back out through here? Team kill, right? Instead, we kind of do a pretty bad grapple that we take a while to aim. And now we mine. You see how Kiriko has been looking at you like the whole time? She sees all this happen in front of her and just backs up, right? She's fine. And she has her Suzu back. Right? So you're just like not setting up early enough. Or in a spot where you can do stuff. And now they're playing a comp that really, if they're looking at you, you can't do anything about. That's another pile drive for nothing. We're at like 3, maybe 4. Right? Like, right now, you're just kind of brawling. You're not using high ground. And you're just kind of rolling at them and not really doing anything. We need to, like, get out of this idea of, I don't know, going main like we're a Rhine or something. Winston rolls up on your guys and you can't help because you had no health, right? Because you, like, just go down main and don't set up. You go back here, can't find a Mega. See it? Blah, blah. I like that you know when to give your healers ult charge, but right now, right, you move way faster than your team. You need to be, like, coming up here and seeing, is anyone on high ground there? Is anyone on high ground there? Grapple, like, up here or on this thing. Roll out, like, here. Playing to cover. And now I can come here. I can annoy the Bastion, maybe get a turret mode out of him. I can annoy the Winston, maybe he jumps up to deal with me. Right? I could poke out Kiriko. It's just a lot you can do. This guy makes a mistake here. He jumps in right in front of you, right in front of your whole team. I would be grappling here. Probably hard engage. Boop him out of the cover. Maybe out of force bubble and then boop him out of his bubble. You can kill a Winston in a 1v1. He's actually, like, not a great pick into you. But instead we're like hard engaging without really looking on a Bastion with turret mode, on the Genji, on the Moira, on the Kiriko, and we're not going to get a kill right now. And more importantly, you didn't really look at where your team is. They're dealing with the Winston. They're rotating. No one is going to be able to follow up on this engage. And you kind of just have no impact on the fight other than you almost die. You get the Mega. You don't help with the Genji. You kill some for free because they're trying to take the space after you, right? But you've left and they're walking forward. We kind of slam. I guess we get the Bastion, but he's in, he's flipping into turret mode. He should blow you up here. You're lucky he doesn't. I'm just fast forwarding because like it's kind of the same thing over and over again. You just go down the middle and don't do that much because you can't, because they have like a Bastion who will just blow you up if you stay in too long. You need to be using like the entire, look how much of the map is free. There's no one here. There's no one there. There's no one there. And all of these spots, you get a free pile drive by just stepping off, right? And you can decide when to do it, and you have cover. This is just kind of like, I don't know. You pile drive no one there and die. So extra bad pile driver, right? Okay. We're gonna get another mines. Again, like, when are you gonna use it? Another pile driving no one, right?
Thank you.
Again, what do we get for this? Right? We get the turret mode out, we almost get mines, but we give up like our shield cooldown and we give up a bunch of health.
Area denied.
I like the solo mine here actually, but like the clock's almost out and you just lost someone.
30 seconds.
Oh, this is good. But again, gets crazy. Like, you're just kind of standing main for a while, not doing anything, and waiting for this Bastion to come back. So you can be in the open and he can just turret mode you down. Right? And I think you managed to lose this because they finally used their ults. Yeah. That's another pile drive, no one. You've had like 6, right? Okay, so let's skip ahead to defense. And again, I just want to skip to like when you engage. Let's see here. I think we're a little...
5, 4, 3.
I like that you're set up on high ground here.
2, 1. Attackers incoming. Defend
We have a Torb now. And they have a Ryan. Fine. And now we're gonna go just like above them. Let's see if these guys notice you. No. I like that you actually soft engage here. I think it's a little early, but it's not the worst thing.
Highest speed. Weapons free.
And I like that you're playing cover. You're getting a bunch of cooldowns out. This is actually not terrible. You see Ryan low, but you can't kill him, right? Like, yeah. It's the same thing. Like, are you in the best place to make a decision about when to pile drive? Have you even looked at your team? 1, 2, right? Icy Silver's dead towards walking back from spawn. You need to be thinking, like, can I slow them down enough that they can't take good spots before my team gets back? Right? The reason I know this about your pile drivers is like you're not really looking and seeing, well, who can see this? Right? We have our pile drive.
Gravity calls.
It's just kind of like, let's throw it in there, man. Right? Like 7th pile driver that doesn't hit anything. And we're just shooting Ryan. We're never gonna kill Ryan, right?
Area denied. Durability.
I like that you're holding their attention, but like this minefield. You don't want them on a point, right? This is like a minefield if you were attacking and they were respawning, right? It's not very good. And part of that is because you're like so busy just trying to do constant damage and shooting and be like evasive that you don't take in the situation here. Like, I guess you're going for the honor there? I think this is a fine time to minefield, so I'm glad that like you're trying for something, but it's just like not pulled off very well because you're not in a place where you can see, like you're not disengaging enough and deciding. So they're just gonna clean you up here, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Ooh, we give up the point here. We could have turned this fight. That's a bummer. Now we're in second. And it's like... Right? Your Junkrat's dead. Your Brig's walking back. Your Moira's walking back. It's just you and Torb. You're not gonna spawn camp them right now. I like that you wait. Oh, you know about this grapple.
Weapons free.
If you know about this grapple, why are we just playing main here? Do you see how you don't know at all what is over there? You just kind of... And you don't look at where your team is? And you see how most of them can't see this? That's what you just need to do. So we slam and we get just ruined. Okay, that's the first time you've been adequately punished for these decisions. And again, we're just coming from main. I get that you have to like, delay card here. When you're coming from spawn, but even then, why not roll out, you're coming from spawn here? You know you're worried about the bridge. But you're just coming from main, they're all looking that way, right? Honest looking right at you, Ryan's looking right at you, Genji's looking right at you. Why not come from over here at least? I could shoot the Bastion. I could see he's low and the torch shooting him. I could pile drive here in their back line, right? Here, your bridges rallied, But here, like, they're all looking straight at you, and they can just... See, they can't kill you, but they can kill Bridget. And they do. You need to, like,
Dynamic reinforcement engaged.
come from any direction other than straight from your team. This is good. We get fade out. Look. I think you're making the good decision here to go to point because you need to contest. But although Mora's, and you've got Nomura out, so she's not going to help with the Rhine. But also, like, Mora's here, she just used Sage, she just used her orb. You could boop her. I think or kill her. But I think this is a good mine. Yeah. We go for a slam, right? Nice. A little late. Okay. That's your fault. No, it doesn't feel like it. You had these guys all cornered. You have grapple. You're tunnel visioning, right? And they just ninja the point there. And now we kind of... We're trying to relive our glory days. You don't know where the Ana is. This is another blind engage, right? I like that you get out. I kind of like that boop. It would have been better if you had left, like, this way. Then you could go help with the Rhine, maybe. Or left this way and just hit him again. Right? Do you have your pile drive? Yeah. You kind of fall back to main, right? Do you see how, like, often you're just, like, coming from the middle? Look how much more health you end that with because you came from behind him.
Denied.
And there, again, another slam minefield for no one. You don't look before you do it. You had time to. You do keep him away, and that's fine. Missed that a little.
Clock cannons online. Gravity call.
You need to do more of this. But again, like you slam, no one on your team can follow up on this really. So it's a big slam, but you know, for nothing really. You get, I don't know, 100 damage off on a couple of these people. Maybe Genji gets killed? I don't think so though. Nope. And now, like, I do not get this. I think maybe it's a mechanical mistake. You just give up a bunch of your health and the high ground. I think they probably push on this here. Yeah, I think this is a game.
The payload is approaching its destination.
Yep. Cool. So I hope that makes it clear. Like, you just need to you need to set up better and stop playing from sort of the middle of the road and then kind of like going straight into them, right? You need to think about where you're getting people to look and when a good time to slam is. You need to look around, look at your team, look at their team, and think to yourself, like, is now a good time to slam? Like, so Widow can shoot them, so my Junkrat can shoot them. Do I need to, like, boop them? Do I need to pull their attention? Is now the time or not? You're kind of just using all your cooldowns as soon as you get them. So anyway, that's like the biggest thing I noticed about your gameplay, and hope this is helpful.